tegaklah berdiri, terbanglah kau tinggi. Inilah saatnya namamu bergema, maknai kekalahan.
AIS Play ความบันเทิงระดับโลกทุกที่ทุกเวลา
ส่งต่อความมั่นใจสู้ไปด้วยกันนะครับ
Basketball in Australia for the Ballarat Rush. As for Kazakhstan, they are all based at home. 9 of their players coming from the Astana Tigers club. Let's get the MC introducing the two teams onto the floor.
Number 1, Huang Linton. Number 3, Chen Yuji. Number 4, Chen Yin Yu. Number 5, Huang Fangshan. Number 7, Hu Yingchen. Number 8, Wang Ying Li. Number 9, Wang Pingchen. Number 11, Wang Wei Li. Number 14, Zheng Yisu. Number 17, Pao Sila. Number 33, Bang Junji. Number 37, Lin Yuji. Head coach Wagner and assistant coach
Chinese Taipei on the floor.
Player of Kazakhstan. Number 2, Abikela Almira. Number 3, Kurasova Zalina. Number 5, Gabriel Rufina. Number 6, Mohamed Oksana. Number 7, Yakub Tama. Number 8, Astarenko Maria. Number 10, Kolesnikova Olga. Number 11, Ivanova Oksana. Number 30, Vinogulova Anna. Number 15, Kondrakova Nazeda. Number 16, Kovalevskaya Alexandra. Number 19, Osipenko Oksana. Coach Ovsinikov Evgeny. Assistant coach Karimov Azama. Referee for today, Ferdinand Pascal from Philippines. Wachani Badum Ratchanaki from Thailand. Jason Chui from China.
Teams will meet in the middle of the court and then they'll have a 5-minute warm-up situation, and gives us a chance just to focus on one or two of the key personnel. Kazakhstan are the designated home side for this. So Chinese Taipei, who are reverting to their away colours of all white as the mementos are handed over from Chinese Taipei, and an awful lot will depend on their superstar number 17, Bao Li. For Kazakhstan, though, they've got a tall girl in Natesha Kondrakova, who will be playing at centre. She's 6'4", one of 3 6-foot-plus players that they have in the side. Philippines referee Ferdinand Cruz Pascual watching in the Thai umpire, and Zetiong from China is the second umpire. This is the first match of Group X. What we've got is 5 teams looking to eliminate just one of the others, but it's all about maybe avoiding the big guns when it comes to the knockout stages and trying to plot a route into the last 4. Once you're in the last 4, you've really got a chance. Li is the 1m96, the 6'5" centre for Chinese Taipei. She's not the strongest of women. She's a tall woman, but doesn't carry an awful lot of upper body weight. Nonetheless, she is very, very useful to have underneath the basket. She will no doubt be starting. Huang Linchuan is one of 4 Huangs in the team, chosen by Bert Wagner, the American coach of Chinese Taipei. There is a very strong basketball tradition in Taipei. Their starting lineup will be Huang, who plays her basketball abroad in China, in Hainan. Wang Weilin will be the starting centre, surprisingly. Cheng Sui, the forward and the two guards, Peng Suchin and Lin Yuting. Lin Yuting, 5'10", and Peng Suchin, 5'4", will be the woman who gets things underway. Albert Kenyon is in charge of the Chinese Taipei squad. Place in the knockout phase is the minimum guarantee. And once you're in the quarterfinals, progress hopefully to a medal match. That will be the long-range objective for both of these nations. As for Kazakhstan, difficult to look beyond the really tall girls. See number 15, Kondrakova, who is one of those Astana Tigers players. All but 3 of that 12 selected by coach Evgeny Ovsyannikov, the Russian coach, do belong to the Astana Tigers. Once we get to the starting 5, we'll see that there's a little bit of experience being introduced into his first squad, into his first 5. Kurazova will be the starting forward. She's the 33-year-old, 1'84". Yagokina and Astapenko, again 2 experienced players, late 20s, plenty of international experience under their belts. You see a lot of ball movement, quick pacer around the court, plenty of runners from Chinese Taipei. The Kazakhstan side are also a skillful side, but they are significantly taller in certain key situations. Experienced coach. He's got a smattering of the language, but predominantly in English with translation, which is always an awkward situation for any coach. As for Ovsyannikov, a Russian, and demanding, as are many of the Russian coaches, but demanding of his players. Strict on discipline, but there's a little bit of flair as well from most of the Stan states. Usual FIBA rules for quarters of 10 minutes each. One feature of match day 1 in the men's competition on Tuesday was the number of players who fouled out. In fact, in one of the games we had 4 players fouling out. A tremendous game it was too. Thailand just holding off Mongolia in the men's competition. But this is the women's, and interesting to see how the officiating is, whether it's as strict as it was yesterday. See the lineups, you can see the mismatch in height. So Chinese Taipei will need to shift this ball around pretty quickly. Wang Weilin is for the tip-off up against the 6'4" Kondrakova. Women's Group X about to get underway. Kondrakova gets possession. Kurazova. Winning the play will be Kolesnikova. Nice move inside, couldn't really control the ball, and there's a putback but unsuccessful from Kondrakova. First 2 points on the board. Into 3. Suchin. Need to get the shooting to be really hot from outside. Right now doing the defensive work. Astapenko drives, pushes outside. Counter is lifted up and that'll come off Astapenko for Chinese Taipei possession. Here's the three from Awai by Peng Su-chin. And a little putback. The third time of asking from Kurazova. There's the quick movements, lovely blocking, though it's difficult to get round. Tall figure of Kondrakova. Hold on the arm there as Kolesnikova trying to push her way forward. Indians leave you to the first foul. Yankina. Goes over, drives. Forgets to take the ball with that. Peng for three. Oh, yes. 6 points so far. All 6 of Chinese Taipei's points gone to Peng Su-chin. Kurazova is the target, a little bit static. Beneath the rim. Peng. Just fading away and really has got a range already. Here she is again, Su-chin. In and out. Rebound grabbed by Kondrakova. Yadukina through to Kurazova. Yadukina for three. Had time and space. Yuting. Tries to lift it up. Just lifted over the defender. Very scrappy, very physical. Interesting that the umpires are letting a lot get away, but there's no hands on the arm. Probably by the umpires, the Filipino umpires, are whistling them out. Again, Su-chin looking for the three. It's a two that drops. Red hot in the opening period is Su-chin. Kurazova. Reaching around was Chen Su. That'll be a personal foul against her. In the act of shooting, it will send Kurazova to the line. It's been a very sleepy start from Kazakhstan. Scores her third point, her team's third point. It's 8-3. 3 minutes 30 played in the first quarter. Yuting onto one. Outside filling. Look for three. That's a little bit short. Smothering Chinese Taipei defense. Very difficult for Kazakhstan to break through. There's a case in point. Kurazova under the basket. Can't convert. And the tip out is from Kondrakova. She's winning plenty of possession, Kondrakova, but not being able to convert them into points. Now she'll step out to be replaced by Anna Vinokurova. Points contribution as yet, a lovely little bounce pass. And first involvement for Vinokurova is a personal foul in the act of shooting. It'll send Wang Weilin to the line. Lovely bounce pass, looked very sharp, Su-chin. She's picked up 8 points and now trying to dish out the assists as well, Su-chin. underway. She thought she had the turnover and the steal. Track back as she won possession. There's a sharpness about Chinese Taipei.
The personal foul, number 7, Yakotina.
Kina, the guilty party. And Peng Zhen starts her scoring for the night. Two for two. And possession to Chinese Taipei. Still not seen Bao Li. It's a real luxury for Chinese Taipei. They can start without their call her superstar. She is the main woman. There's plenty of work goes on around her. Attempted lifted pass was well read by Kurazova. Peng Zhen with the restart. On the outside, fadeaway jumper. That will be possession to Kazakhstan. Physical presence from Vinokurova. Vinokurova, one of the Astana Tigers players, 6'3". 4 years international. Kurazova. Dispossessed, just doesn't spin rightly for Su Qin. Kazakhstan got everybody back down midway through the first quarter. Su Qin being the star performer of this first quarter. Lin drives. Dispossessed and coming the other way is Gabriel. Clean rescue by Vinokurova. Traveling. They've really struggled. What are we, 6 minutes and 16 in? Kazakhstan just got 3 points on the board. So Peng Zhen knew it had come off a Kazakhstan player. Kazakhstan have now rotated everybody. They've now used 10 players. As Ostapenko steps back in again. Also stepping in for the first time is Osipenko. Brilliant. Couldn't finish. A wonderful turn from Peng Zhen. Bagnet. Ostapenko outside his backnet. Wonderful block. Wang Weilin will get that on her stats. And Weilin can pick up possession. Wang Yinli. Stolen and a foul there by Huang Peng Zhen. Intentional foul, so that will send Bagmet to the line for two. As we just look at the turnover, it's careless from Su Qin, and then pretty cynical, it must be said, from Huang Peng Zhen.
Headed to the line, number 6, Bagnet.
Ying Che prepares to come on for the first time.
2 stops.
Bagmet will have two-hand possession for Kazakhstan. My word, they're shooting just 13%. Look at that, 11%. 0 for 2, Oksana Bagmet. They've got to find their range pretty quickly. Ostapenko. Ying just on with the personal. That's 14 fouls now against Chinese Taipei. Bagmet. No space, smothering deep. Ostapenko. Long range two is very wayward, and Suchin on the fast break. And Jen looks for three. Doesn't drop, and then that will be another foul. It's an offensive foul. Ying Li with the foul. It's an offensive foul, but it's a 15 foul, so we'll go down the other end of the court. Chinese Taipei with 3:22 to go. I've got to be careful. Kazakhstan have really shown any shooting potential, but you give them enough free throws, they could get into a rhythm. Ostapenko from the line. 1 for 5. Doesn't drop in. Scruffy ball, and once again the rebound was there first for Vinokurova. They're unable to capitalize on the rebound advantage that they've got. They've picked up 10 rebounds already, Vinokurova with 2. How wide is Huang? Another big woman coming in is Ostapenko. Ostapenko looks for 3. Ying Li. Su Chin was set for the shot, and I think Wei Lin was looking for the rebound off the glass. Never came. Stepping in for the first time with the very noticeable shoes is Oksana Ivanova. So essentially we've got a mobile Chinese Taipei against a taller, more static Kazakhstan, and that's being reflected in the scoreline, 11-3. Ostapenko loses possession. Pretty woeful shooting performance so far from Kazakhstan. Fan Chan starts the move. Chen Yanyu. Just kept alive, no. Oh, and there's a foul. Kolesnikova acknowledges terrific work to keep that ball in play. And Kolesnikova conceding the 3rd foul, her first. Again, the reach of Kondrakova. And a foul this time by Kondrakova. Just trying to get close enough in on Wei Lin. Her first personal, the 14th foul for Chinese Taipei. Oof. The errors creeping in now to Chinese Taipei. The one consolation for Kazakhstan is, despite a woeful first period shooting, they're still in the game. Drives to the net, but there was too much contact. Second personal against Wang Yingli.
Second personal, number 10,
Olga Kolesnikova in the act of shooting will go to the line for 2. Two of 8, another rebound. Kolesnikova smothered by Fan Chen. Kolesnikova drives to the bucket, can't get there. Another big rebound from Kondrakova. Just beats the time clock, picks up 2 points. Fast transition the other way. Wu doesn't take the chance for 3, but barges away in. Can't convert. 1:30 remaining. Outside is Chen Yanyu. Wu again. Second off the bucket. Well played by Wang Yingli. Two seconds, get the shot away. It's away in time, and it's good for 2 for Huang Pengzhen. Pengzhen with 4 points. Ivanova, she misses. Into the final 40 seconds of a low-scoring first quarter. Women's prelims of the 18th Asian Games. Wang was blocked off, will get the 2. Kolesnikova looks bemused. Wang Guilin will go to the line. She picks up 2 and has this to make it a 3-point play. As we look at the other end, there's the foul. Kolesnikova just getting too tight. Confirmation from the umpires. It is just 1 because the 2 points count. 16-6 the score. First game's always a little bit awkward. Got to get the cobwebs out, get used to the playing arena. Well, they've had time to practice. They haven't had actual game time here, either of these nations. How wide is Yanyu? Trying to find space. And the foul is against Chen Yanyu. So keen to retain possession. Five seconds, get the shot away. Kurazova, who started the scoring. Another throws one at the boards. It comes off the glass. And at the end of a less than distinguished first quarter, it's Kazakhstan 6, Chinese Taipei 16. Cobwebs, I think, is the fair description, particularly for Kazakhstan. Peng Su-chin with 2 3-pointers in her 8 points. Wang Fanshan, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Kondrakova illustrating the fact that the taller Kazakhstan team are dominant beneath the boards, but being unable to convert that dominance into points. Started off well enough for Kurazova, getting the first 2 points on a second putback in after Kondrakova had missed the first putback, and then Su-chin took control. Back-to-back 3-pointers. Early 6-2 lead for Chinese Taipei, but then both teams became a little bit becalmed Suchin again, a little fadeaway jumper for two. She was probably the outstanding figure in a defense-dominated match. Right on the buzzer, Wei Lin picks up 2 of her 6 points. And Kazakhstan's Evgeny Ovsyannikov has a lot of talking to do.
ไอ้สัก
จักริน
รีบหน่อยนะน้องที่สายแล้ว
ไม่มีคำว่าสาย ถ้าวันตายยังมาไม่ถึง
ถึงโค้งก็ต้องแซงเพราะความแรงคือตัวตน
มันใช่เวลาคิดคำคมใหม่อะ
ไม่ได้คิดแต่มันติดอยู่ใน DNA
กูไม่เอาแล้วเว้ย
ไม่มีคำว่าไม่ในพจนานุกรมของคนจริง
ไฟแมนสักกรินตูดหมึก
รถไฟไอ้สัตว์เบรกแม่บอกให้เบรก
Ostapenko for Kazakhstan. We are underway in the second quarter. Yadokina drives beneath the rim. And there's 1 or 2 inquiries going on in the Kazakhstan personnel. A lot of physical screening. It's out to cut us over. There's the mismatch, the spin and turn. That's nicely played off the glass by Kondrakova. 4 points for her. Acres of space for Yan Yu. Converts for 2. Possession thrown away by Ostapenko. Woo, lovely fake. Tried to turn it round. Kazakhstan have got an absolute physical dominance underneath the boards. Got to get the shot away soon, Chen. Just in time. In and out. Another rebound for Kazakhstan. They've helped themselves to 14 rebounds in total. Utterly dominant. Albert Wagner having a little chunter away to the umpire as Yan Yu picks up her second personal foul, the first team foul of this second quarter. Good movement by Ostapenko. Found space. Didn't take the lane. Kondrakova. They really don't convert enough points from the situations she creates, Kondrakova. Physical from Ying Che. She'll pick up her second. In the act of shooting. And it's a smothering defense, but that means that there's going to be physical contact galore in there. Chinese Taipei will be playing the percentages. Ostapenko, she's up and running. Two for two for Ostapenko. First quarter stats, Kazakhstan shooting just 17% from the floor, 0% from the free throw line, and 25% from three-point range. Really was not the best exhibition. A two-pointer buried by Yu Chun. The lead is up to 10 with 2 minutes played in the second quarter. Kondrakova reaches, can't convert. It's been the story for Kazakhstan. Huang Yingli on to Fan Shan. Outside for three. In and out. Kazakhstan again grasp possession. Astapenko goes rebound, trying to go coast to coast. It was an ambitious shot, and now she's got to work to get back. It's a 3-on-2. Chen steps in. Little jumper for two will drop in off the rim. If Kazakhstan tried to play the fast game, they're just playing into Chinese Taipei hands. Kudasova. That's better, trying to set up the plays. Astapenko. But the shot's got to come in quickly. And it's Chinese Taipei who pick it up. Shot clock reset at 24. Ying Li out to Yu Chan. Chen Yu Chan. Blocked off by Kondrakova. Fan Shan, Chen nowhere to go. Got to look outside. There's the short two. Well played by Chen Yen Yu. And we have got a timeout being called by Kazakhstan. Just stepping inside her marker. Chen Yen Yu on to 6 points. And she's got that little fake that's worked really nicely on a couple of occasions. Commits the defense and then cuts inside and has an easier two. Worries for Ovsyannikov. The game plan's not working. There is a physical advantage, but not converted into points. There she is. That's better. The little put in. You play to her strengths and you really will get yourself back in the ball game. Kondrakova, 2 of her 6. And it was almost netball-esque in the way she was able to just reach over and then restrict Chinese Taipei to long threes. You're playing the percentages and you can work your way back into the game. Got to get the shot away. Strong defense from Kazakhstan. They prevent the shot. On the breakout, it's Kudasova off the bottom of the rim. Grabbed by Xu. Ying Li outside to Fan Shan. Misses the shot. Bagmet. Easy layup. Kudasova turned her marker. Nice pass inside by Bagmet. Three-pointer stays out. Cheng does really well, Cheng Xu. But there's the block once again. Kondrakova, dominant figure. Again, that's good play by Kurasova. She's just leaning into her marker, making it difficult to find space. Coming the other way, Chen outside. Bagmet. That last time out's really worked. Bagmet looks for the layup, it's off the leg of Huang Fanshen.
Substitution, Kazakhstan and Chinese Taipei.
Well, it's about a 2-minute shift, that one, by Kazakhstan. It'll give them a little bit of self-belief. They seem to have worked a way to get themselves into shooting positions, and they restricted Chinese Taipei, who like to play the ball quickly. Restricted them from getting a shot away on one attack. 6 steals to 5. That's too many Turnovers too many. Gavrilyuk. Good rebound. Vinokurova in a wrestling match. How to make the physical advantage tell. That's the poser for Ovsyannikov, the coach of Kazakhstan. Huang Lingchuan, Yan Yu. Easy pickup for Ivanova. Bagmet. Been influential since she came on the floor, Bagmet. Ivanova gets the two away off the rim and grabbed by Yu Chen. More organised defence from Kazakhstan all around this second part of the second quarter. Much improved performance. There'll be a foul there, though, against Ivanova. First team foul against Kazakhstan in this quarter. First personal against Ivanova in the match. Just getting across the movement of Cheng Xiu. In many ways, that shot epitomised the difference. You've got fluid movement from Chinese Taipei and a little bit more static from the white-shirted Kazakhstanis. Case in point again. 2-on-1 break. Got to convert. Double digits now for Peng Suchin. At the other end of the court, I can see Gavrilyuk is hurt. She seemed to twist something as she lost possession there. Oh dear. This is the possession, and the 2 points for Suchin to take her up to double digits, leading all scorers. And this is the moment of the twisted ankle. Just look at the... Oh, she goes on the right, and is it the knee? It's the knee that she's holding, and the knee that's getting the spray. Just jarring it down, hoping it's a jar and not a twist. There are genuine tears there from Rufina Gavrilyuk. We had a couple of injuries yesterday for Thailand. Similar kind of injuries where the foot just stays. Look at the right leg. It's just there. She jars it there. It doesn't move. The knee gives way. Great camera work from the boys. All the angles, yeah, you can just see it. It's a jarring. I'm just hoping it's nothing serious for her. Game carries on. Good strength there shown by Vinokurova. Picks up the foul. That's the way back for Kazakhstan.
Second personal foul. It is 1-3. Vinokurova, 2 shots.
And now they're dropping their three-pointers. Lingchuan drives to the bucket. In the end, had to overstretch and overreach. Oksana Bagmet. Yadokina. Look at that smothering D, and there's some physical work going on right beneath the bucket. And it's an offensive foul has been given. Who? Me? Why? And Vinokurova, who I've accused of being a little bit lightweight in some of her challenges, is certainly trying to be a little bit more physical. And she's asking. She was holding her ground. And there was a dramatic movement to see just in front. So Vinokurova just catches on the elbow at the top of Cheng Xiu. Cheng Xiu, her back was to her, but Vinokurova, that's her second personal. 2 points, 2 fouls. But she's also got 3 rebounds to her name. That's nicely played. Cheng Xiu, her first 2 points, 28-16 the lead. 12, the biggest lead they've had. Trying to go round the outside was Osipenko. Fast break is on, a 2 versus 2. Peng drives to the net, up and over the shoulder. Peng Su-Chin, 12 points for Peng. Now then, Cheng Xiu facing foul problems as we look at Peng Su-Chi. Lovely skill, terrific awareness. Drove straight to the basket and then up and over the shoulder. The tears are still there. An 0 for 2 and a steal. Well, look, the tears were on Rufina Gabrielnyuk, who twisted the knee rather badly earlier on. She's still getting treatment on the sidelines. Bagmet. The lead is as big as it's been, 14 points. Yadukina. She can't convert. Good rebound and put back in there from Vinokurova. Su-Chin. But that little burst of acceleration outside for 3 is way short. Su-Chin with the steal, but can't convert. Thought there was contact to the top of her head, Su-Chin. There was. Umpire's not giving it. Vinokurova. Oh, she is putting herself about, is Anna Vinokurova. I believe she's had a real telling off and is responding. Third personal against Vinokurova. Here she is in a more positive way, strong underneath the basket and putting the 2, and then driving in, rugby tackle. Wrong sport, Anna. So she'll check out, and the equally combative Nadesha Kondrakova steps in. Lin Yuting with her first point. And possession. Because of the nature of the foul, as we look closely upon Oksana Ivanova. Kurazova very tight on Yuting into the final minute. Shot clock on 15 seconds. Nicely played around the outside. Huang Pengzhen hasn't had the influence maybe we thought she might have, just 4 points for her. Then again, she's hardly been on the floor. The driven ball looking for Kondrakova. It's come off a Taipei finger. Look at the movement. Quick feet. Ivanova can't respond. Timeout's being called by Kazakhstan. Well, ironically, Kazakhstan seem to have improved in this second quarter, but the scoreline suggests anything other than that. They're losing 18-12 in the quarter as we come into the final 40 seconds. They had a woeful scoring in the first quarter of just 6 points.
Даже можешь сделать так. Дома вот здесь посередине стань. Иди к ней. А потом прыгай сюда. Она пойдет, ну как бы она пойдет сюда, ты пойдешь к ней. За тобой пойдет, ты сюда. получилось, значит сюда передача, дальше заслон, четвертый номер, и атака. Давай, 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 давай!
Chinese Taipei be moving the ball very swiftly, and the response has been their best scoring half, or their best scoring quarter. This is the work of Chen Yen-Yu, who's helped herself to 6 points. She only came on the court in the second quarter. Has made herself available outside. Little step in, that's been the trademark. Creates a little bit of time. Finds nothing but net. 6 points, 1 rebound, shooting 60%. We're back live. And there's another turnover against Kazakhstan. They had possession of the ball and threw it away. 16 points is as big as the lead has been, and make that 18 as Peng Su-chin takes her personal tally up to 14 of those 36. Yadokina, even over. Couldn't keep the ball in play, and there's a certain lack of athleticism from the likes of Kondrakova and to a lesser extent Vinokurova, and it's hurting them. Not being able to use their height and strength advantage in this first half. Chinese Taipei's athleticism has really worked. Shot for nothing. Isn't too far away from Lin Yuting, but it's an 18-point lead for Chinese Taipei at the half. Women's prelim round, Group X, half-time. Kazakhstan 18, Chinese Taipei 36. That second quarter, a 20-12 score after a 16-6 in the first. Shooting just 21% are Kazakhstan. That is the reason they've scored 18 in 20 minutes. 0 for 3 from three-point range, only 43% on their free throws. Look at the rebounds. They've managed 25 rebounds, although credit to Chinese Taipei. They've nicked 22. Points from turnovers, Chinese Taipei 12 points from 16 turnovers. Leading the scorers, Peng Su-chin with 14, leading all scorers. Support from Wei Lin and Yen Yu with 6. Kondrakova with 6, but she needs to really make her physical presence count for more points. Kudazov with 5 and Vinokurova. No coincidence that they are the 3 biggest women on the Kazakhstan side. Rebounding, Kondrakova 6, Yagodkina with 4, Vinokurova with 4. They're dominating beneath the boards. They've got the physical presence, but they are being unable to convert that physical presence into points. Assist-wise, Huang Fangshen handed out 4, as has Ping Zhen. Bagmet with 1, and Kondrakova also with 1, won the assists. So frustrating first half for Kazakhstan. They started off well enough. They picked up the first points. Alina Kudazova with the first of her 5 points in the half. But then it was all about the movement and the shooting of Peng Su-chin. 14 for her individually. She goes on the inside this time, just cuts in, picks up the 2. And when she's been on the court, there has been a presence on the fast break. Kondrakova has only occasionally been able to use that physical prowess that she has. She is head and shoulders above her markers, but it's the movement and the fast possession for Chinese Taipei that has been the key feature of this first half. Yu Chin with 2 of her points. Yen Yu has helped herself also to 6 points. Here she is stepping in once again. Fakes the shot, steps in. There was a nasty injury for Rufina Gavrolnik. And Su-chin showing no sympathy, taking advantage. And there again is another of those turnovers which keep turning over. And Su-chin, the outstanding player of the first, with the outstanding play of the first half. And it is Chinese Taipei with a convincing 18-point lead. But we've seen comebacks from worse situations than this. Half-time, Kazakhstan 18, Chinese Taipei 36.
20 กันยายนนี้ทุกโรงภาพยนตร์
เรามีมหกรรมกีฬานะครับระดับเอเชียเลยก็คือเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่18นะครับที่จัดขึ้นที่ประเทศอินโดนีเซียนะครับอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจครับไทยเชียร์ไทยครับเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยของเรานะครับในทุกๆประเภทเลยและที่สำคัญนะครับคุณสามารถรับชมการถ่ายทอดสดได้ครับกฎหมายเลข23ช่อง Workpoint นอกจากนั้นยังไม่พอนะครับทุกๆช่องทางออนไลน์ของ Workpoint นะครับก็จะถ่ายทอดสดเช่นกันนะครับติดตาม
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้
ปฏิบัติการล่าท้าผีกลัวผี 2018 ที่จะทำให้คุณดื่มด่ำไปกับการท่องเที่ยวสุดขนหัวลุกในโกดังร้างแห่งหนึ่งย่านจังหวัดชลบุรีโดย2 หนุ่มคุณโน้ตธวัฒน์และคุณเฟอร์กี้วันชัยห้ามพลาด
แน่จริงผลักแรงกว่านี้ดิ
เหมือนกับเป็นเงาผู้ชายอะมาเกี่ยวขาเขาลงไปอะค่ะ
ตอนนี้ผมมองไปที่หน้าต่างผมยังเห็นดวงไฟอยู่เลย
พี่สัมผัสได้ว่าวิญญาณคนงานเนี่ยอยู่ใกล้ๆน้อง2 คนจริง
ประสบการณ์ขนหัวลุกของพ่อดมชวนชื่นห้ามพลาด
บางคืนก็เห็นออกมาลำอยู่ที่หน้าโรงลิเกพระเนรเถรชีวิ่งหนีก็จะวิ่งไป
เฮ้ยดังเฮ้ยยังกูยังไม่ได้ตายไปอาจารย์สิทธิ์รอดชีวิตมาสิทธิ์จะกลับมาหาอาจารย์สิทธิ์จะจำคำของอาจารย์ไว้เฮ้ยน้องๆทั้งมันจะคุ้มครองเองอันนี้ก็เรียกอะไรลิ้นแฉก
มาหาไปพร้อมกันทุกวันศุกร์ 4 ทุ่มตรงอย่ามาสายนะจ๊ะ
เกิดอะไรขึ้นกับหญิงคนนี้
ใจคุณทุกข์มากจนรู้สึกว่าฉันอยู่ในโลกนี้แค่คนเดียว
ก็อภัพพ่อแม่ค่ะพ่อแม่เสียชีวิตทำใจไม่ได้จนเป็นโรคซึมเศร้าค่ะ
หญิงคนนี้มีกรรมอะไร
อีกคนหนึ่งก็ล็อกคอน้องและอีกคนหนึ่งก็ตีด้วยเหล็ก
นี่ที่ช่วงไหนนะครับ
ที่หัวอย่างเดียวเลยค่ะให้เสียชีวิตอะค่ะ
เลขทวนงำพฤหัสนี้3:45
ริต้อนรับพ่อหมีฝีปากกล้าโอ๊ตปราโมท
อยากจะมีเวลาเธอลำพังเหมือนที่เคยดีใจมากๆนะครับไม่น่าเชื่อว่าจะมาเจอบุคคลที่นิสัยไม่ดีรวมตัวกันเยอะขนาดนี้นะฮะ
เขาเป็นพี่ชายที่ดีมากครับเรื่องทำบุญเนี่ยใส่ซองหนักกับเพื่อนนะ
เพราะอะไรอ่ะ
ปาโมดประธานกรรมการ200ประธาน 2,000โอ้ย
ใช่ที่ไหนล่ะนี่พี่โอ๊ตก็คนบ้านเดียวกับพี่
บ้านยังไง
พี่โอ๊ตปาโมดสมุทรปราการโอ้เงียบพอกับแจ็คเลยอะ
2:05 นาทีนักร้องคนนี้เป็นยังไงพี่โอ๊ต
ผิวพรรณเขาเปล่งปลั่งมากมองตัวเนี้ยเหมือนสีน้ำผึ้ง very good
มาดูเสียงไงเพราะไม่รู้เอาแล้ว
เพราะอะไรถึงมาอยู่ในใจพี่ตั้งนานแล้วจ้ะ
ตั้งแต่ผมมารายการไอแคนซีนะไม่เคยเห็นนักร้องคนไหนบ้ากามเท่าคุณเลยโดน
ครั้งแรกที่1หน้ากากมาถึง2 คนกับการต่อสู้สุดดุเดือดในกรุ๊ปมารีนวอร์
สิ่งที่ทำลงไปไม่คุ้มโนเยรุโคอินนันมันไอซิอาสาทุกคนคอยเทแรง
ลอยน้ำใส่แนบลอยน้ำใส่
การที่คุณมาประกวดเป็นคู่อย่างเงี้ยมันถือว่าเป็นการเอาเปรียบนักร้องคนอื่นหรือเปล่าครับ
ผมบอกเลยว่ามากๆครับเอาเปรียบมากๆแดนเซอร์ก็มีโซฟาก็มีที่จบไปเมื่อกี้เรียกว่าการร้องเพลงเหรอคะพวกกูร้องเพลงกับแนวในอนาคตมึงยังตามไม่ทันหรอก
พวกเขาพร้อมที่จะทำทุกอย่างเพื่อชัยชนะ
คือถ้าเกิดหอย2 ตัวนี้จะลงได้แค่นี้เนี่ยดิฉันรู้สึกสงสารแดนเซอร์มากเลยค่ะอย่าไปน้ำกูกำความลับมึงเยอะนะมาน้ำจะลองไหมล่ะว่าความลับใครจะเยอะบ้างกันไอ้หอย
พลาดไม่ได้ใน The Mask Project 8 พฤหัสบดีที่16 สิงหาคม 2:05 นาทีเป็นต้นไป
มาถึงแล้วนะครับเดือนสิงหาคมนี้คุณห้ามไปไหนนะครับใช้ชีวิตแบบมีความสุขแบบกองเชียร์นั่นเอเชียนเกมนะครับเปิดแบบยิ่งใหญ่มากนะครับแล้วก็ Workpoint เนี่ยนะครับถ่ายทอดด้วยนะครับไทยเชียร์ไทยทัพนักกีฬาไทยของเราต้องได้เหรียญทองเยอะที่สุด
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้ถ่ายทอดสด ทางช่อง WorkPoint
ลูกชายชื่อสักกลินจ้า
ไอ้สัก
สักกลิน
รีบหน่อยนะน้องที่สายแล้ว
ไม่มีคำว่าสายถ้าวันตายยังมาไม่ถึงถึงโค้งไม่ต้องแซงเพราะความแรงคือตัวตน
มันใช่เวลาคิดคำคมใหม่อะ
ไม่ได้คิดแต่มันติดอยู่ใน DNA
กูไม่เอาแล้วเว้ย
ไม่มีคำว่าไม่ในพจนานุกรมของคนจริง
ไฟแมนสักกรินตูดหมึก
รถไฟไอ้สักเบรกแม่บอกให้เบรก
20 กันยายนนี้ทุกโรงภาพยนตร์
เรามีมหกรรมกีฬานะครับระดับเอเชียเลยก็คือเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่18นะครับที่จัดขึ้นที่ประเทศอินโดนีเซียนะครับอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจครับไทยเชียร์ไทยครับเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยของเรานะครับในทุกๆประเภทเลยและที่สำคัญนะครับคุณสามารถรับชมการถ่ายทอดสดได้ครับกฎหมายเลข23ช่อง WorkPoint นอกจากนั้นยังไม่พอนะครับทุกๆช่องทางออนไลน์ของ WorkPoint นะครับก็จะถ่ายทอดสดเช่นกันนะครับติดตาม
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้
ปฏิบัติการล่าท้าผีกลัวผี 2018 ที่จะทำให้คุณดื่มด่ำไปกับการท่องเที่ยวสุดขนหัวลุกในโกดังร้างแห่งหนึ่งย่านจังหวัดชลบุรีโดย2 หนุ่มคุณโน้ตธวัฒน์และคุณเฟอร์กี้วันชัยห้ามพลาด
แน่จริงผลักแรงกว่านี้ดิ
เหมือนกับเป็นเงาผู้ชายอะมาเกี่ยวขาเขาลงไปอะค่ะ
ตอนนี้ผมมองไปที่หน้าต่างผมยังเห็นดวงไฟอยู่เลยครับ
พี่สัมผัสได้ว่าวิญญาณคนงานเนี่ยอยู่ใกล้ๆน้อง2 คนจริง
ประสบการณ์ขนหัวลุกของพ่อดมชวนชื่นห้ามพลาด
บางคืนก็เห็นออกมาลำอยู่ที่หน้าโรงลิเกพระเนนเถรชีวิ่งหนีก็จะวิ่งไป
เฮ้ยดังเฮ้ยยังกูยังไม่ได้ตายไปอาจารย์สิทธิ์รอดชีวิตมาสิทธิ์จะกลับมาหาอาจารย์สิทธิ์จะจำคำของอาจารย์ไว้เฮ้ยน้องๆทั้ง
มันจะคุ้มครองเอง
อันนี้ก็เรียกอะไร
ลิ้นแขก
มาหาไปพร้อมกันทุกวันศุกร์ 4 ทุ่มตรงอย่ามาสาย
เกิดอะไรขึ้นกับหญิงคนนี้
ใจคุณทุกข์มากจนรู้สึกว่าฉันอยู่ในโลกนี้แค่คนเดียว
ก็อภัพพ่อแม่ค่ะพ่อแม่เสียชีวิตทำใจไม่ได้จนเป็นโรคซึมเศร้าค่ะ
หญิงคนนี้มีกรรมอะไร
อีกคนหนึ่งก็ล็อกคอน้องและอีกคนหนึ่งก็ตีด้วยเหล็ก
ตีที่ช่วงไหนนะครับ
ที่หัวอย่างเดียวเลยค่ะให้เสียชีวิตอะค่ะ
เลขทวนงำพฤหัสนี้3:45
รีต้อนรับพ่อหมีฝีปากกล้าโอ๊ตปราโมทย์
อยากจะมีเวลาเธอลำพังเหมือนที่เคยดีใจมากๆนะครับไม่น่าเชื่อว่าจะมาเจอบุคคลที่นิสัยไม่ดีรวมตัวกันเยอะขนาดนี้นะฮะ
เขาเป็นพี่ชายที่ดีมากครับเรื่องทำบุญเนี่ยใส่ซองหนักกับเพื่อนนะเพราะอะไรอ่ะปาโมดประธานกรรมการ200ประธาน 2,000
โอ้ย
เป็นนะ
ใช่ที่ไหนล่ะนี่พี่โอ๊ตก็คนบ้านเดียวกับพี่
บ้านยังไง
พี่โอ๊ตปาโมดสมุทรปราการโอ้เงียบพอกับแจ็คเลยอ่ะ
2:05 นาทีนักร้องคนนี้เป็นยังไงพี่โอ๊ต
ผิวพรรณเขาเปล่งปลั่งมากมองตัวเนี้ยเหมือนสีน้ำผึ้ง very good
มาดูเสียงไง
เพราะไม่รู้
เอาแล้ว
เพราะอะไรถึงมาอยู่ในใจพี่ตั้งนานแล้วจ้ะ
ตั้งแต่ผมมารายการไอแคนซีนะไม่เคยเห็นนักร้องคนไหนบ้ากามเท่าคุณเลยโดน
ครั้งแรกที่1 หน้ากากมาถึง2 คนกับการต่อสู้สุดดุเดือดในกรุ๊ปมารีนวอร์
สิ่งที่ทำลงไปไม่คุ้มโนเยรึโคอินนั่นมันไอ้สิ่งสัตว์คนคอยเทแคร์ลอยน้ำใส่แนบลอยน้ำใส่
การที่คุณมาประกวดเป็นคู่อย่างเงี้ยมันถือว่าเป็นการเอาเปรียบนักร้องคนอื่นหรือเปล่าครับ
ผมบอกเลยว่ามากๆครับเอาเปรียบมากๆแดนเซอร์ก็ มีโซฟาก็มีที่จบไปเมื่อกี้เรียกว่าการร้องเพลงเหรอคะพวกกูร้องเพลงกับแนวในอนาคตมึงยังตามไม่ทันหรอก
พวกเขาพร้อมที่จะทำทุกอย่างเพื่อชัยชนะ
คือถ้าเกิดหอย2 ตัวนี้จะลงได้แค่นี้เนี่ยดิฉันรู้สึกสงสารแดนเซอร์มากเลยค่ะอย่าไปน้ำกูกำความลับมึงเยอะนะมาน้ำจะลองไหมล่ะว่าความลับใครจะเยอะบ้างกันไอ้หอย
พลาดไม่ได้ใน The Mask Project 8 พฤหัสบดีที่ 16 สิงหาคม 20:05 เป็นต้นไป
มาถึงแล้วนะครับเดือนสิงหาคมนี้คุณห้ามไปไหนนะครับใช้ชีวิตแบบมีความสุขแบบกองเชียร์นั่นเอเชียนเกมนะครับเปิดแบบยิ่งใหญ่มากนะครับแล้วก็เวิร์กพอยต์เนี่ยนะครับถ่ายทอดด้วยนะครับไทยเชียร์ไทยทัพนักกีฬาไทยของเราต้องได้เหรียญทองเยอะที่สุด
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้ถ่ายทอดสดทางช่อง Workpoint
ลูกชายชื่อสักกลินจ้า
ไอ้สักไอ้สักไอ้สัก
ไอ้สัก
สักกลิน
รีบหน่อยนะน้องพี่สายแล้ว
ไม่มีคำว่าสายถ้าวันตายยังมาไม่ถึง
ถึงโค้งไม่ต้องแซงเพราะความแรงคือตัวตน
มันใช่เวลาคิดคำคมใหม่อะ
ไม่ได้คิดแต่มันติดอยู่ใน DNA
กูไม่เอาแล้วเว้ย
ไม่มีคำว่าไม่ในพจนานุกรมของคนจริง
ไฟแมนสักกรินตูดหมึก
รถไฟไอ้สักเบรกแม่บอกให้เบรก
20 กันยายนนี้ทุกโรงภาพยนตร์
เรามีมหกรรมกีฬานะครับระดับเอเชียเลยก็คือเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่ 18 นะครับที่จัดขึ้นที่ประเทศอินโดนีเซียนะครับอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจครับไทยเชียร์ไทยครับเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยของเรานะครับในทุกๆประเภทเลยและที่สำคัญนะครับคุณสามารถรับชมการถ่ายทอดสดได้ครับกฎหมายเลข 23 ช่อง Workpoint นอกจากนั้นยังไม่พอนะครับทุกๆช่องทางออน
Now let's see what the half-time chat from Coach Evgeny Osyanikov has done for them. Well, immediately there's a turnover, which has been one of their perennial problems in the first quarter. Huang out wide for 3. Huang Pengzhen, Chinese-based for Chinese Taipei, 39-18. Going the long way round is Kondrakova. Kolesnikova. Now, she had to work really hard, has drawn the foul. Chen Yuchun with her first personal foul as we look at the quick break here. And the 3 points buried by Huang Pengzhen to take her personal tally up to 7 for the game. Again, possession is coughed up. That time it was Yadokina. 3-on-3 break. Peng out wide. Chance for Wei Lin to set up the shooting opportunity for Yu Chen. Doesn't convert. And there's a foul there against Peng Su-chin as she was trying to reach over. I think she took a knock on her chin. Excuse the pun. Kolesnikova. It was as we look at Ovsyannikov, the Russian coach, and it's a thoughtful look on his face. Here's Kurazova. Kind of rugby pass out to Yadokina. Yadokina, again a turnover of possession. An explanation from the chief referee. Peng Su-chin. Good awareness and good hands from Yu-chin. Has to come back out. Su-chin. Step in. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Peng gets the shot away off the rim. And a good scrap. Bagmet has shown determination since she came onto the floor. It's come off Bagmet. The clock is back onto 14 seconds. Possession for Chinese Taipei, who lead by 21. Lin Yuting. Peng Su-chin. Not quite found her range. She bagged 2 3-pointers in the first half. Not been able to repeat that feat in the second. Still leading all scorers though with 14 points. The only woman in double digits. As Kolesnikova starts the drive again. The big presence of Kondrakova. Now she's asking her teammates, where's my support? Where's the movement off the ball? Where's my options? And I think it's a fair enough discussion because she's getting bags of possession. She's looking. Converts. She's the leading scorer for Kazakhstan. That's 7 points now. Make that 8. The deficit 19 for Kazakhstan. Outside for 3. Again, not dropping, but quicker feet from Chinese Taipei. Lin Yuting. Su-chin. Looks for an escape route, finds one. Su-chin. 1 second to get the shot away. Scores the 2. Peng Su-chin did not panic under pressure. And that's some fine shooting from the diminutive Taipei-born girl. Again, dispossession, 3-on-2 fast break. Outside for Lin Yuting. The rebounds. Lin, second chance. In and out the rim. Cutters over with the grab. Yadokina. Cutters over. It's come off a blue shirt. Or rather a blue nose. Be a bloodied nose if that was any closer to her. There's Su-chin. Cutters over, fouled in the act of shooting by Peng Zhen. She's been the star girl. Peng Su-chin. Personal tally of 6 points now for Kurazova. 2 for 3 from this range. Make that 2 for 4. The deficit remains 20. Well, that's 4 3-point efforts in a row that have failed now for Chinese Taipei. And none of them being under immense pressure. Right beneath the basket. That's a good 2. That's the work they need to do, Kondrakova. Weilin. Oh, time and space. Kurazova was the woman designated to mark Yu Chun, and she completely left her post. Baghdad. Ambitious pass, but well picked up by Yadokina. Kondrakova. Her shooting stats, she is 50%, 4 from 8, Kondrakova. And there's another 2-pointer just dropped in by Yu Chen. Kazakhstan shooting 21% field goals, 23% 2-pointers. Couple of changes. Kondrakova steps out. Vinokurova, the 6'3", number 13, steps in. A rather slumped look at the shoulders there from Nadezhda Kondrakova. Vinokurova. will have possession. The whole body language of the Kazakhstan team and the coaching team, it's accusationary, finger pointing. There's a lack of togetherness just at the moment, and passes are being missed. That one from Ostapenko, picked off by Peng Suchin. Peng Zhen, Wang under the basket, unmarked, draws the foul from Yadokina. In the act of shooting, she'll go to the line for two. The one blessing for Kazakhstan is the Chinese Taipei's shooting hasn't been that great. They're shooting less than 40%. Understand the reasoning for Kazakhstan. They've come out lackluster once again. They've scored only 3 points in this first 5 minutes and 9 seconds of the third quarter. It's a similar run to that they had in the first quarter. I don't have Russian as a language, but I suspect I can interpret the body gesticulations there of Evgeny Ovsyannikov. His patience is wearing thin. There was very little eye contact there as well. I talked about the lack of togetherness of Kazakhstan. It's a lackluster high five, and all of this, and we're seeing Bao there. Bao has not even been introduced by Chinese Taipei yet. She's dressed and she played, but she's got a t-shirt on at the moment. It looks like she's ready to sit this one out completely. And Chinese Taipei, if they can get this job done without their so-called star player, that's an added bonus. 20 turnovers by Kazakhstan. 20. Make it 21. Wei Lin. Well, that's a good recovery to give Vinokurova credit. She gifted possession. Ostapenko, a steal from Yingche. Maybe it just needs Kazakhstan to have a game or two at this level just to get to the pace of this tournament. Sechin. Outside for Wu Yingche. Well done. Kurazova in the face. And again, there's more debate going on between Kurazova and Vinokurova. She's done well. No foul has been called. Although, on second and third looks, one wonders why not. Ivanova, almost giving possession away again. Kolesnikova starts possession. Ivanova. Left hand hook shot doesn't drop. Travelling. Good defence there from Kolesnikova. No time or space whatsoever. And Chinese Taipei will make a couple of changes in Czechs. Chen Yanyu and Huang Fanshan. Ivanova. 13 is Vinokurova. nearly given away. Ostapenko did well to rescue it. Ostapenko to Ivanova. Smothered by Chinese Taipei players. 3-on-2 break. Outside is Yan Yu. Slapped back in by Wei Lin. Now Ostapenko comes the other way. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Yan Yu outside. Wang with time. The three drops for Huang Fanchen. 49-23. Kazakhstan's offense becalmed. Barely a ripple. There's a little bit of contact. Defensive foul. Huang Li it is, Huang Lingyi. We're up to 5 team fouls now in this quarter. Huang picked up 3 herself, which does indeed send Ostapenko to the line. All her points have come from this range. Ostapenko, who plays for the Astana Tigers club back in Kazakhstan. First time we've seen Abakayeva on the floor. Long 3 effort by Huang Yingli. Abakayeva. Ivanova. Again, that left-handed hook. Draws the foul. Wu Yingche, the feet weren't static. She didn't look confident, Oksana Ivanova, as she approached the line there. Yet to get any points. Now she's off the mark. It's a very good college league that takes place in Chinese Taipei. It's a fine breeding ground for both the men's and women's team. And there's a foul there for Chinese Taipei in the act of shooting as well, so we'll have 2 from the line for Wu Yingche. Ostapenko, the guilty woman. Two for 2. Wu Yingche, there her first 2 points of the game. Abakayeva starts things up again. There's the turnover once again. It's just sharper defensive work. Cheng was on her toes, whereas Vinokurova was waiting for the ball to come into her. Cheng once again anticipating, draws the foul. That's good play. It's an alertness of mind and body that is the difference. Vinokurova now on foul trouble. She's picked up 4 personals. He's also picked up 6 rebounds. Ivanova did well to hustle. Ostapenko out wide. Osipenko. The screen from Osipenko enables Ivanova to score a good 3. Eight points from the bench now as that goes out wide to Hwang Ying-lee. Very, very wayward. Into the final 60 seconds of the third quarter. Adikiyeva, Ostapenko. That'll be a 4th personal against Ying-che. And once again, she looks a little bit bemused here. Here's the Ivanova 3. Nicely played by Osipenko to provide the screen and buried for the 3. And now we're back live with Ostapenko. Shooting less than 50% from free throw land. 0 for 2. 29-52. Hwang in and out, and first team to react is, as has been, Chinese Taipei. Ying-lee. 5 seconds, get a shot away. They do indeed, and it drops for 3. Nicely played by Hwang Fangshan. Her second triple. Big rebound, but the quarter had ended before the putback came from Vinokurova. And it's a 55-29 lead. Another single-digit quarter of scoring for Kazakhstan. As we have a look at some of the best. Bao, the cheerleader, supreme today. She's normally the one providing the cheers, and now she's not even needed on the court. A dominant performance from Chinese Taipei. They lead 46. 46-23? No, 55-23. Leading scorers, 16 points for Peng Suchin. Kondrakova's picked up 10. Kondrakova's also got 7 rebounds. These are the quarter highlights in which Kazakhstan, once again, they've had chances beneath the rim, and they've certainly dominated possession and rebounds, but they just cannot convert their opportunities into points, whereas Chinese Taipei have been relatively consistent. They're not shooting great numbers either. That graphic is a little bit skew-if. It should read 55 points to 29. Now Kazakhstan got a lot of work to do. Fine basketball venue for most of the prelim games. We're moving just around the corner when it comes to the knockout phases. This is the first match in Group X of the women's competition. We've got a discrepancy between the score in our graphic top left and the score top right. The score, I'll give you a running score, is 58 points to 29. Out wide is Kondrakova. You can trust the clock. We've just got a slight problem with the actual score top left. Score Kazakhstan 29, Taipei 58. Kondrakova. Kurazova gives the ball away again. So many turnovers. Too many turnovers. Second personal foul against Kondrakova. Considering how many physical battles she's been in, is quite a surprise. She's been more fouled against than fouled. And that one will go against number 7, Jagodkina. A 2 for Wu. Sorry, a 1 for Wu. She's trying to make it 2 out of 2. $60 points to 29. Thrown away by Bagmat. And as she threw that away, I had a little glance at the coach, Evgeny Ovsyannikov. And there was a kind of a shrug of the shoulders. He's given this one up, I feel. A 31-point deficit. It's all been about scoring. Defensively, not too bad. Kazakhstan, offensively, nothing has dropped. Nice spin from Kovalevskaya. And here is Kovalevskaya. Kurazova. Dribbled her way in and then couldn't convert. Got a little bit physical under the boards there. Outside for Yingche. Little jumper, uncontested, but no points. Jagodkina. Her first points. Chinese Taipei will just be happy to go point for point in this last quarter. Obviously they'd like to win it, it's always good for stats. And they certainly want to keep Kazakhstan below 50 points. And I don't believe that's going to be too much of a problem. Yen Yu, little jumper for 2. 8 for Chen Yen Yu. %21% the field goal percentage for Kazakhstan against 36% for their opponents, who've shot 6 of 27 free throws. 6 of 27 from three-point land. Seeing some of the offensive play coming in, the little layup for Jagodkina. A little bit of showboating, why not? Oh, it would have been better if the 3 had dropped for Ling Chuan. Would have been a nice assist for Chen Yan Yu. I'd expect the Chinese Taipei team would have expected a much tougher task when they went out onto court today. Push shot coming in from Kovalevskaya, and a foul will go against Chen Yan Yu, her 3rd. It'll send the hard-working Zelina Kurazova to the line. Indonesia versus a unified Korea coming up at 6:30 tonight in this same group. Women's prelim basketball dominating today. 2 groups of 5. The top 4 in each group make it through to the quarterfinals. Avoiding the big guns is what you want to do. China getting off to a thumping win earlier on, 100+ points. Off the rim as Bagmet comes the other way. Nice little assist, but no layup from Jagodkina, who got too close to the rim. Wu outside, steps in for 3. Shooting a little bit off. Another Kondrakova rebound. Kondrakova offensive rebound, ×2. ×3, but there's been one of the big problems. She's won the ball so often, but points have not accrued on too many occasions.
Number 7, Wu Jian, 4th personal foul. On the free throw line, number 15,
Kondrakova. Three from 4 from free throw land for Kondrakova. She's the only one in double figures. Kuderzova's picked up 8 points. Defensive foul goes against Koleneskova. Her third. It'll be a touchline possession. Ling Chuan outside. Chen Yanyu slips the pass through. The up and under is done in time, and a foul has been drawn, I think, against Abakayeva. Zhang Xu. Unhappy faces on the Kazakhstan bench. It's not been a happy opening to their Asian Games campaign. That's the bad news. The good news is it can only get better. Kazakhstan have got to play India next, then Indonesia, and then Korea. Combined Korea. A big 3 from Tamara Yagodkina. It's only the second triple in the whole match for Kazakhstan. There was the big 3. Tamara Yagodkina now up to 5 points. Vinokurova steps in. She's got to be careful. She's on 4 personal fouls as she screens away as while she was screening. Yagodkina missing a fairly simple layup. Yagodkina, nice inside pass. Again, not converted. Trying to bounce in off the glass, Vinokurova. Athletic woman, Vinokurova. Like his fellow centre, Kondrakova. The rebounds, the athleticism has not resulted in enough points. That foul will, I'm sure, go against Abakayeva. The result of this was decided a long time ago. Now it's just Kazakhstan getting court practice time, trying to get into some kind of rhythm ahead of their match against India in a couple of days' time. Chinese Taipei, they face the combined Korean team next up, then India, then Indonesia. She took a bit of a tumble there, did Kolesnikova. Trying to go round the outside. Oh yeah, she's taken a knock there on the arm. That's the third foul against Kazakhstan, not in the act of shooting. Baseline put in. Happily back in the game. And 2 points there for Kolesnikova. For Kazakhstan, a modest target would be 50 points if they can pick up 11 points in the remaining 4 minutes. Fan Shan, Chen, very wayward. Another rebound goes the way of Vinokurova. Abikieva. Nice take on the move by Ostapenko. The rebound is good. Again, the put-in is not there, and we can start again with Kolesnikova. 6 seconds to get the shot away. Shot clock running down. Ostapenko is wayward. It was a rushed effort. 3 minutes to play. And nice defensive work from Vinokurova. There she is, eye purely on the ball. Very easy just to blindly throw up your arms in that situation. And in the act of shooting, there'll be a foul against Kolesnikova. So we've got a couple of women out there, 4 women out there on 4 personals. Ooh, just made it through for Pang Zhen, who now moves on to 9 points. And she's 100% from the line. Osienko. Gosh, they've had to work so hard to get a shot away. And that's lifted high, and it turns into a pass for Fan Shan to come down the other way. With the victory secured, Chinese Taipei just getting a little bit lackadaisical in 1 or 2 measures of play. Working hard enough defensively. The sharpness that was there, so apparent for the first 3 quarters, has disappeared. Although Pang Zhen's got a steal, but was waiting for support. It's there now through Chen Yanyu. Shot comes in just in the nick of time. We're into the final 2 minutes of the game. 28 points the difference. 2-on-1 break. Shoots for 3. May as well get the practice in, Huang Pengzhen. Third personal against Pang Zhen. Kolesnikova, as we look at Abikieva, and a very sad-looking Kazakhstan bench. Not too many smiles on that bench. I think they know this isn't a case of them being outplayed, it's a case of them not playing well enough, not converting their points. That's a lovely layup from Peng Jam, now double digits for her. 11 on the scoreboard. Fan Shan picks up the foul. It'll be 2 from the line because 5 team fouls are there as we have a little look at the good shooting from outside. Lovely movement. She started the move with the bounce pass. Picked up the 2. Chinese Taipei would like to finish maybe with a flourish. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Offensive foul, so that flourish is unlikely to happen. Jumper finds the rim. The shooting just has not been good enough for Kazakhstan. Much of it uncontested. Ling Chuan. Final 10 seconds of the match. It's a comprehensive victory for Chinese Taipei as they look for the 3 from Huang to wrap it all up. They get the 3. She moves on to 14 points, second highest scorer for Chinese Taipei. And this is a 30-point mauling. It's finished 72-42 in favour of Chinese Taipei. And concerned looks on the Kazakhstan team. They know it's only match day 1 of 4 matches, and they'll be hopeful for improvement. For Chinese Taipei, that's the perfect way to start your tournament, and they did it without their star player, Bao Sile. It's finished here in the women's prelim round, Group X. Kazakhstan 42, a dominant Chinese Taipei 72. Quarter scores, you just look at that. 6 points in the first, 12, 11 and 13 offensively. Kazakhstan nowhere to be seen. Chinese Taipei, those numbers aren't too healthy either, 16, 20, 19 and 17. But it's got the job done. And we'll go through some individual stats for you as well before we have a look at the overall highlights. Field goals, 19%. You look at that stat and that explains the whole game. Kazakhstan got themselves into shooting positions but converted just 11 of 58 shots. Free throws, 56%. From 3 points, 2 from 6. Even Chinese Taipei converting 81% free throws, that's solid. Field goals 34%, though that's not good enough. 21 steals, 29 turnovers by Kazakhstan. Just 1 point from turnovers from Kazakhstan, 21 points from turnovers for the victors. Leading scorers, Kondrakova, 11 points, the only woman in double digits. As for Chinese Taipei, Peng Su-chin did her work in the first half. Wang Pingzhen, the Chinese bass player, did hers in the second, but there was good support from the likes of Yen Yu and Wei Lim, and also Ying Che, who picked up 8, 6 and 6 respectively. Standings, Chinese Taipei top of the pile, a plus 30 point advantage as well. There will be more difficult games ahead for them. Coming up for them next, they actually play the Unified Korea. Unified Korea in action tonight against Indonesia. India will start their matches against Kazakhstan on Friday. That's in a couple of days' time. Here are the highlights. Chinese Taipei were up for it. Physically, it was a mismatch, and early on you did worry that the physical prowess of the likes of Kurazova was going to cause her problems for Chinese Taipei, but quick ball movement, accurate shooting from three-point range from Peng Su-chin settled any nerves. Peng then with 8 early points in the first 5 minutes. There was always the power of Kondrakova, who top scored for Kazakhstan. But as always, there was the movement and the shooting of Chinese Taipei. They moved the ball quicker, they got to the ball quicker. And the fast breaks, 26 points from 21 turnovers is a good stat to have. They were alert, they were bright, they were sharp, they hit their shots. Pang Jian with 14 points. For the most part, they coped with the physical threat beneath the rim. And there's a classic example of how well they moved the ball. If the shot wasn't on, there always seemed to be an option of where to go. Huang Fangshan with 2 of her 6 points, well, with 3 of her 6 points. Yu Chen with 2 of her 6. Just 2 3-pointers buried all night by Kazakhstan. Much better shooting from outside by Chinese Taipei. They deserve this victory. A 30-point victory it is. It's finished. Kazakhstan 42, Chinese Taipei 72.
AIS Play ความบันเทิงระดับโลกทุกที่ทุกเวลา
ส่งต่อความมั่นใจสู้ไปด้วยกันนะครับ